and welcome. My name is Phil and I'm from the Partner Business Technical Support team. Today within this video I'll be taking you through changing a battery from the HomeSafe security panel. Now, one of the reasons why you might be looking at changing your battery might be because of something being displayed on the actual keypad itself. If you have a look at the keypad, or this keypad here, what you'll find is you've got this low battery icon flashing. Now, that will flash on a number of different occasions. The first occasion could be, let's just say for example, the area where you're living or where this is installed has experienced a power blackout. Now what happens is the system basically uses its own internal power to maintain security for that property or that premises. Now what's going to happen if it's drawing power from the battery is going to discharge a portion or all, depending on how long the power is out for, and then it's going to require some time to charge up. Now what can happen is this message that you're seeing on the screen can pop up in those circumstances, and all it requires is probably around 2 weeks worth of charging before that symbol to disappear. One way of checking to make sure this does, if it's not that particular case, is by pressing memory, then E. Now what you should find is you're in the memory mode now. So if you press memory E again, that should, if you're not experiencing a problem with the battery, disappear. If it doesn't disappear, like I said, give it 2 weeks and try the same thing again. And if it doesn't fix itself, if the battery symbol doesn't disappear by then, you're probably looking at replacing the battery. So what I'm going to take you through now is how to change the battery within the HomeSafe system. So the very first thing you need to do, and if you don't do this you do risk the alarm going off, and if you've got internal screamers it will give you a bit of a headache. So the very first thing you need to do is basically enter in your master programming mode, and as a default, the default password for this is 123. Now depending on how you've programmed yours may be different. So if you press P123E, like I said, that's going to depend on how your system's been programmed in the first place. What you should find is the program icon should be illuminated down the bottom here. So that, like I said before, that's going to prevent the security system basically alarming itself when you go to take covers off. The next thing you need to do from here is basically down power the system. Now depending on your battery state, if your battery is really at its end of life, what you might find, as in this case here, the security system has actually turned itself off. There's nothing supplying it. There's no battery, there's no mains. So I mean, this illustrates the importance of having a battery within a security system, because you don't want somebody sort of breaking into the house and cutting the power cable to it. So battery maintenance is very, very important. So the next step in replacing the battery, it's just a matter of taking the covers off. So I'll just quickly do that now. So this is the cover of the main security console. Specific characteristics: within the later generation of security panels, you have a round button in the center. Within our earlier models of HomeSafe systems, you've got a sticker that basically fits this area here, and sort of a speaker type grill over the right hand side. So it's just a matter of taking the cover off. Now depending on your security system, will depend on whether you have this installed. What this is it's an internal tamper switch. That basically means is if somebody comes in and tries playing around with the installed system, it's going to start setting the siren off. So we've got the internal tamper switch. We've got our main CPU board. Now this particular model is a 16 zone. With an 8 zone, which is the one that's probably sold more often, you won't have this top circuit board here. What you also find is we've got a reader terminal for our key cards, as well as a C-bus interface module. And again, all of those components will depend on sort of what model of system you've purchased. The most important part, the most relevant to this, is the battery located down the bottom. Now this is a Clipsal lead acid battery, 7 amp hour. To change it, like I said, most important, make sure the system's down powered to prevent any damage and safety to yourself. Just disconnect the terminals, as you can see here. remove the battery, and I'll just swap this for another one. I've got another battery here, it's just a matter of installing it, so placing it in there. Make sure you take note of, of the terminals. So red, positive, black, negative. Make sure you basically wire this up exactly the same. So red goes to red, black goes to black. Slot the battery in, put red to red. Make sure you don't get these around the wrong way because you will damage your unit, guaranteed, and it won't be covered under warranty. Put that there, make sure it's seated correctly. And what you should find is on the actual security panel itself, it's actually come alive and it'll be in program mode initially. Other things you might notice is when we go to plug mains in, if you've got the cover off at this point, you might find that these LEDs, these globes at the top here become illuminated. What that's basically saying is that the PCB board is actually supplying charging power to your battery. So if they're illuminated, that's good. If you find that the system or these globes are blackened, it's typically an indication that the polarity of these wires being connected to your battery has been incorrectly connected. So reverse polarity. So what we'll do now is just close this cover up. Just quickly grab the screws, put those in there. Another thing you'll probably find is you may or you may not get a tamper icon appear on your screen. Like I said, that internal switch is part of the tamper circuit, so if you do see that, that's fine. The next thing we need to do is basically plug the unit back into the wall and press P then E. Okay, so it's just gone into alarm mode. All we need to do is cancel the alarm by pressing 1, 2, 3, E, and the system's disarmed and the alarm's acknowledged. What you also find is we've got a low battery icon appearing. Depending on where you purchase the battery, depending on how long that battery's been sitting on the shelf, will depend on how much charge it's got. What you might find, again, give 2 weeks for that icon to disappear. After 2 weeks, just press the memory E again, and that should basically cancel out that screen. That should cancel out that icon. So that concludes our short video on changing a battery for the HomeSafe security system. For more information regarding the product itself, just please refer to the installation instructions. If you'd like to speak with somebody, please get in contact with your local Clipsal representative who will put you in contact with the Partner Business Technical Support Group. Thank you for watching.